breakfast at Avila. Yeah, here for the Hy-Vee shootout on a Saturday morning. Bright and early for a lot of us here. St. James Academy in Raytown kicking off a day's worth of games. 8 games here live from Avila on Time Warner Cable and Metro Sports. Mick Schaefer and Mike Watson pulling the short straw for this game as St. James will be taking on Raytown in the Kansas v. Missouri matchup. All right, let's get to it here for Raytown. This is a young team led by 2 sophomores.
Young team led by 2 athletic sophomores. Brandon Sublette going to be out here up and down the floor. See if St. James can keep up with them.
And for St. James, they play 10 dudes. They all score about the same. Nobody averages double figures.
That's the concept of great team basketball right there.
You want a break? We'll come back with the tip-off here live on Metro Sports. The 18th annual Hy-Vee shootout is brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official sponsors of high school spirits. We're ready to go. We're finally ready to go. The kids have been out here for about a minute or so. Raytown and St. James Academy. Raytown in their home whites, trimmed in blue. St. James in their road maroon color. And the tip's going to belong to Raytown finally as we are underway here for a huge day. Saturday, always the big day. It's the most anticipated day each and every year. This year, no different at the 18th annual Hy-Vee shootout, the first of 8 games. How many games are you going to be here for, Mike?
I'll be here today for 3 games, Nick.
Okay, I'm here for the first 2.
3 games. I'm doing this game, next game, and a 7 p.m. game tonight as Dunnell shoots the 3.
There's Dunnell right there. Curtis Dunnell, he's a 5'10 junior guard. Gets the ball right back. First attempt for Raytown. They get a second shot at it.
And St. James is going to come out in the man-to-man, doubling down low early.
You see the sophomores right there, Brandon Sublette and Jalen Gill playing a little 2-man game. There's Sublette, the point guard. That's Brian Saxton, a junior. Very young Raytown team. We'll get to know both these squads as the morning transpires here. But first, Raytown going to get some sort of look against this zone defense from St. James. Here's the Thunder first look. Jake Whitman with it down low. Kicking out to Bob Engen for 3. Bob Engen, 6'1 senior.
And you can bet St. James is going to look to shoot the 3 today. Raytown's a good on-ball defensive team, so going to have a lot of open threes. Knocks it down right there.
Sublette, mid-range jumper off the mark. And that is knocked out of bounds. St. James will get it back. Keys to the game for both these teams brought to you by Olathe Ford. First for St. James, Mike, rebound, no paint touches.
No paint touches for Raytown. Jalen Gill is going to have a lot of that responsibility for Raytown, and so St. James wants to do a good job of keeping him out the paint as well as crash the boards. And for Raytown, the 3 C's: communication, confidence, and composure. Being a young team playing against an experienced St. James team on his Hy-Vee shootout on a high level, so definitely want to use your composure.
Brought to you by Olathe Ford. A new shipment of Fords has just arrived at the Olathe Ford Lincoln Super Center. That ball knocked away, stolen away by Raytown. Brandon Sublette with it. Starters for Raytown on the morning: Curtis Dunnell, Brian Saxton, Jalen Gill, Brandon Sublette, and Devin Wilmore. There's the sophomore right there, Jalen Gill. Good-looking player. Mike, you and I saw him in the first game of the season at Lee Summit North. He's averaging 10 points, 10 rebounds a game here.
Averaging double-double as a sophomore. Really doesn't even know what he can do yet, so definitely look for him to blossom this season for Raytown.
Big body, too, 6'6".
And long arms, so it's going to be about 6'9".
St. James, Tom Huppy, Blake Mayfield, Ben Maskus, Bob Engen, and Jake Whitman are your starters. However, those guys on the floor will be ever-changing for the Thunder. As we mentioned, they'll play 9, 10 guys and run them in and out. And Engen already has 2 threes. The kid only averages 4 points per game. He's already got 6.
6 points, and Raytown playing a zone against these shooters may have to look at coming out of that as Engen knocks down his second 3 of the game.
6 players on the sidelines getting ready to check in, but just haven't had a dead ball in a while. Rebound, Engen. There's Tom Huppy. Name sounds familiar. It should. There's a Huppy on every sports team in every high school in the city. Brandon Sublette here. They're going to get a intentional. No, they're just going to get a grab there on Blake Mayfield as Sublette was breaking free in transition.
It's awesome to see a Huppy on the team out there, man. I miss my college roommate, Mark Huppy at UMKC. Is the grab right there.
Yeah. Well, and his dad, Mark Huppy, has done a number of games here at the Hy-Vee Shootout with us. His dad is now the athletic director at St. James Academy, the former head coach at St. Thomas Aquinas. There's little Huppy right there. You guys are roommates, huh?
That was roommates, man.
He was putting your arrival time at about 8:55 this morning. I didn't even have that much confidence in you. I was saying like 9:45. But you rolled in 9:45.
Bright and early. Hey, when you got two daughters who are up at the crack of dawn for no reason.
That'll help it.
Yeah, you just get up with them.
Evan Kaysen kicking out to Curtis Dunnell, who rattles that one home.
And Dunnell, being the junior, is kind of the senior leader out there for Raytown and knocks down the three-point line. Checking in the game, Evan Kaysen, saw him play earlier this year. Really a spark plug.
Yeah, he's
for
a tiny
Raytown.
guy, but he plays about 4 inches taller and maybe about 50 pounds bigger than what he actually is.
Got a block and everything that game against Lee Summit North.
That one knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with St. James. 6-5 St. James early on here in what's been a quick first quarter. Not a lot of stoppages, only one foul.
The ebb and flow of basketball.
That's right. We're ebbing right now, or we're flowing. I can't remember.
One of them.
Dylan McKee is into the game. He buries a three. 3 triples for St. James so far.
And that's how you get a team out the zone. Just knock down some threes pretty much. And they'll be going man to man. St. James has a lot of good shooters out there.
Denzel Crawley is into the game for Raytown. There's Kaysen in and out. Huppy on the board. St. James looking to push here. That's Dylan McKee looking to get it to Clay McCullough. Can't do it. There's Kaysen, I'll tell you what.
He's everywhere.
He's going to be in amongst those trees all game long.
He's everywhere because he looks like an 8th grader. 3 years ago. And St. James is really packing it in down low.
Yeah.
One of the keys to the game is the no paint touches for Raytown. And so they're really doing a good job of packing it in, making Raytown shoot outside shots.
And the man-to-man now varying up their defensive looks.
Raytown running the motion offense, which is universal throughout the world.
Yeah. That's Bobby Bradley with it now.
Actually doing a good job of being patient for Raytown being a young team.
Both the sophomores are out of the game for Raytown right now.
Set to check back in.
Yeah, both sitting there waiting for a stoppage play. We just haven't had those. Dunnell for 3. That hit the cable up top on the basketball standard. It'll go to St. James. There's Stan Dom. He's the first-year head coach at St. James Academy. Look at wearing the suit. Got the whole staff wearing the shirt and tie.
If I was ever a coach, we would all wear a sweater vest.
Stan Dom from Medicine Lodge, Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that deep in the heart of God's country down there.
It's God's country.
Yeah. Came over from Cheney High School this season. Clay McCullough can't get that floater to go.
And St. James, just a group of big boys.
Yeah. And a lot of them are young. McCullough, you saw the shot right there. He's out there guarding Wilmore. He's just a freshman. Many of you familiar with the McCullough family. We'll talk about the youngest McCullough. We got the youngest McCullough and the youngest Huppy out here for St. James.
And Raytown probably needs to do a better job of spacing as they run the motion offense, trying to spread St. James out as they go inside.
Gill double team. That's taken away by St. James. Good defense by Dylan McKee. McKee will fire. St. James will retain. McKee's the leading scorer on this team, averaging about 9.9 points per game. There's Brandon Weiss. We've seen him a couple times this year on Metro Sports. Raytown off to a slow start. They played last night. At Blue Springs. Road game last night and had a turnaround And come out this morning and play at 9 in the morning at the Hy-Vee shootout.
Well, when you're 14, 15, and 16, I feel like you can play every hour.
You're a little more resilient, aren't you?
Yeah, this is just like AAU for them. They're like, yes.
He said, though, they've never had a turnaround like this. They played back-to-back days, but not a 7 o'clock p.m. to 9 a.m. turnaround. Speaking of turnarounds, there's Gill right there. On the rebound, though, put back. Who was that? Was that Wilmore?
That was Denzel Crowley.
Crowley.
Good follow-up right there from Crowley, the other big for Raytown.
St. James, just with those 3 buckets, those 3 threes, good enough to give them the lead here as we count down the seconds in the first quarter. Blake Mayfield with it, over to Clay McCullough, and Bob Ingen, who's hit 2 of those threes. Bounce pass, stolen away. Kaysen with the rip. 6 on the clock. Evan Kaysen, Bobby Bradley. They got to hurry. Sublette will fire. Kicks those legs up just short, though. And we have played a quarter with St. James leading it so far 9-7 over Raytown. We'll be back with the second quarter live on the Hy-Vee shootout. Hey, is that the voice of Avila right there? John DeRue, Metro Sports employee, Avila graduate, also does PA announcing for the Eagles. This is home turf here. Spending this Saturday with us here at the Hy-Vee shootout. We appreciate you spending your weekend with us, not only on television, but you can also access us on the web now as we are streaming all of these games, all 21 of these games, live on the interweb. Just go to the website, www.kcmetrosports.com, and you can stream these games. Again, this is game 1 of 8 on the day, the early game, the short straw game. Raytown and St. James Academy. Here's Raytown back in the zone. Tom Hubby with it. Blake Mayfield. Back to Ingham. We've seen St. James, good ball movement throughout this game.
Good ball
some open looks on the perimeter.
Definitely good ball movement by St. James. Not going to rush the shot. But Raytown has to stay steady, not lead the shooters.
Mayfield kicking out to Ben Maskus this time. Maskus can't hit the corner 3. Rebound to Brandon Sublette. Good rebounding guard is Sublette.
You can't mention Raytown without mentioning Tyronn Lue, Terry Nooner, Groves brothers, Cortez, Terry Groves, Dominique Morrison.
Morrison still playing.
Crayon.
Michael Crayon, that's right. Here's Huppy to the rack. Couldn't get it up high enough. Stolen back by Maskus, though.
Who's in there?
Tied up with Evan Kaysen.
Who's that? The big man, Kaysen.
The big man. I'm not even listing his height. Doesn't matter.
Take a look at that hustle right here. Huppy comes up short right here, but Raytown just being scrappy, standing around the ball. Kaysen right in there to tie it up. St. James with a little full court pressure.
They do bring the pressure. Getting across is Sublette. And now to Kaysen here. 6:45 left in the second quarter. 9-7 St. James. And that's going to go the other way. They're going to get a illegal screen on Denzel Crawley, the 6'2 senior.
Crawley that time wasn't completely set, trying to set the screen, and now you have a backcourt from St. James. I think it's because it's early.
That's it.
I think that's what it is.
So a turnover here on St. James. Stan down, shaking the head. I'm waiting for Stan to shed the jacket. It's got to happen at some point. There's Gill inside. Got it up before the double team came over, got his own rebound, and he'll go to the line.
And Gill so long right there. Just kind of puts his arms up and he's already at the rim.
Yeah.
Doing a good job of following his miss.
Clay McCullough checks in for Jake Whitman. Foul was on the floor, so they're going to inbound it. And doing so, Brian Saxton, who's off the mark. Here comes Tom Huppy. That pass was intended for McCullough. Goes awry, though. So St. James with some turnover issues here early on. Gill, triple team. Back out to Crawley. Sublette will fire. Another offensive board here for Raytown. That's been big for them early on. And that results in the floater from Sublette.
And Sublette that time, good job of using the runner right there. He's a scorer, so it doesn't really need to be shoulder squared, and knocks down the floater for Raytown.
We're all tied up at 9 here. Huppy for 3.
Wow.
And another 3. Will they score a 2-pointer or a free throw?
I don't think so. I think it's all.
And a steal by Maskus. Back comes Mayfield. Back out to Huppy. Can he hit a second one? Yeah, he can. Tom Huppy with back-to-back trades.
Of course, he's a Huppy. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Oh, I'm so serious. That's what they do.
That's what they do. They'll miss meals. They sometimes won't sleep. Just to shoot. Just to shoot.
Type of shooters that when they get the ball and you're not there, you just run back down the court. You don't even.
Yeah, take a look here. Tom Huppy, in the matter of about 10 or 12 seconds, scores more than he averages per game. He's about 5 per game, but he gets 6 quick ones right there. And 15 points, all on 5 makes for St. James. And hey, that's efficiency right there.
That's it.
I've seen Tom Huppy in practice. He can light it up.
Oh, yeah.
So Raytown will try to figure out what to do about their perimeter defense. As all of a sudden, St. James back on top by 6. St. James, so balanced. It's funny, if you round the scoring averages up or down, they've got a kid averaging 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 per game. All 10 of their guys got their own point per game to themselves.
Balance, man. Balance scoring.
Brian Saxton looking to get it to Gill down low, and that's going to be knocked away and run down by Blake Mayfield.
And Saxton that time could have got a better angle on the entry pass. As you can see all game long, St. James is double teaming and triple teaming.
Ben Maskus tried to penetrate that zone, got it knocked away. Here comes Raytown in the form of Saxton. Wild shot off the mark, pinballing around. Maskus has it. Here comes Huppy to McCullough. McCullough finishes, however, that's going to be a charge on the big man.
Great job that time, Saxton. Saxton, the sophomore, stepping in right here and taking the charge. I don't know if he was set.
That's going to be Curtis Dunnell, actually, I think.
Is that Dunnell?
Yeah. One of those where I believe that was the NBA or college now. That probably would have been called a block because they do have the circle. However, in high school ball, they can call that a charge, and it'll go the other way. And you know what? We can't have 2-pointers here for St. James. Although here's Frank looking. Oh, okay, he breaks the streak. Nick Frank with a nice steal and layup.
Go to black, Metro. Go to black.
Our 3-point story has ended. Another steal. This time by Maskus. Ben Maskus. Back-to-back steals, back-to-back layups by St. James, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point Thunder lead.
St. James doing a great job implementing the press against Raytown, a young team, inexperienced out there, trying to make cross-court passes. 2 back-to-back steals.
The 18th annual Hy-Vee Shootout is presented by Metro Sports and sponsored by 7-Up, Amini's, Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen, Avila University, Time Warner Cable, and of course, your friends at Hy-Vee. I'll tell you what, Maskus is one of those kids that's going to fill up every single column in the box score. He averages 8 points per game, about 5 rebounds per game. He'll hit some threes, averages a couple assists per contest, leads the team in steals and charges. take a look at this pressure that seems to be bothering Raytown.
Right now, just playing the passing lane, St. James is doing a great job of anticipating the passes from Raytown. And right here you see Sublette trying to make a cross-court pass. And one of the first things you learn is A to B, son, A to B. He tried to go A to C right there, and Masters with the steal. Did I say son?
You did.
Wow. Officially old.
Old man. These kids were barely born when you were playing your high school and college ball.
They weren't even thought of. That's what I tell them. They only see me on Metro Sports when they play the replays of the high school games, college games.
Curtis Dunnell with it now. He's double teamed. Kicks it over to Bobby Bradley.
St. James, real organized chaos right there. Running and doubling everything. Staying with the screener, not switching off on the screen and doubling off all ball screens. So definitely implementing their game plan, keeping the touches out of the paint.
Bradley from about 15. Gets his own. And one. Bobby Bradley.
Great job that time by one of the few seniors on this Raytown team, following up his miss.
Guy that comes off the bench. This is where Raytown's had some success today. He's getting second and third looks. He completes the three-point play. So Raytown with their own version of a three-pointer makes it 19-12.
And Raytown, they've been in the 2-3 zone all game.
Be a foul on the sideline there as Devin Wilmore knocked Maskus out as he was attempting to make the steal. Timeout Thunder. Don't forget to include Clean Crisp 7-Up when stocking up for the holidays. Available at your friendly neighborhood Hy-Vee, one of the sponsors here at the Hy-Vee Shootout. Did you play in some Hy-Vee shootouts?
I played in a couple of Hy-Vee shootouts in 98, 99.
Was that back when they were at Municipal?
Municipal, we played against Olathe North, the Eagles.
How'd you do?
We won, of course.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, of course we won. We don't lose to Kansas teams.
Did you ever lose to any Kansas teams?
I did. We lost to Blue Valley North at Blue Valley North.
Oh,
it was
man.
like our third loss of the season our senior year.
Was it like a 40-38 type game? They'll slow you down out there in EKL and Sunflower Land.
Everything, we were just trying to dunk everything at Central. The opening tip play was a dunk. That was it every game.
It didn't count unless it was a slam, huh?
It didn't. Take it off the board.
Raytown back to his zone. St. James back to moving the ball quickly around the perimeter.
For you young people watching at home, the way to break the zone is right there.
Maskus.
Go to the heart of it.
Blocked. Bradley comes away with it. Blue Jays on the run. 2.5 to go in the first half. Sublette thought about it. 64%. It's been a very efficient first half for Stan Dom's team. Raytown, meanwhile, struggling from the field. And add another miss to that. Maskus didn't even go for that ball. Kept blocking out his man. And it rolls out of bounds, and it'll go to St. James.
He sure did. Devin Wilmore that time trying to hustle to get the ball, but Maskus blocked him out from the paint to the sideline.
And Maskus, 6'4" senior. A lot of height, a lot of big guys for St. James.
St. James, a very disciplined team on the offensive end. Not going to rush it, going to get the shot that they want, which will probably be a three-point attempt.
And unlike a lot of Kansas teams, St. James has played a number of games already. There's Clay McCullough, nice move to the rack. Clay McCullough, just a freshman.
Yeah, he's a
6'5". He had 15 points against Shawnee Mission North, averages 9 points per game. Of course, he's from the McCullough clan. I mean, they've been playing since your days.
Clint, baby, Clint McCullough.
Yeah, Kirk McCullough's the oldest, and Caroline McCullough Carolyn played at K-State. And of course, the tragedy earlier this year, Connor McCullough, who would have been a junior at St. James this year, died from a brain tumor in February. A tragedy that touched not only the St. James community and the McCullough family, but really throughout Kansas City and the whole region in the basketball world, because the family is so well known. He was such a talent and such a terrific kid. It's a spiritual family, and a lot of people have shared in their grieving and their sorrow.
Definitely got a chance to play with Clint McCullough.
Yep.
A few years ago, we did a missions trip to France, and so that was fun.
He played at St. Thomas Aquinas,
yep.
the youngest three. Sorry, Keith played at Aquinas. Clint did play at St. James. Clint, Connor, and Clay all play at St. James.
Every time I see a delay, I think of Bud Lathrop.
Oh, yeah. Alley Cat, right?
Alley Cat. Alley Cat. You're like, oh, man, it's going to be.
I mean, they're starting this with like 40 seconds on the clock. He would start it with 7 minutes on the clock. I've seen a quarter, a whole quarter, where nothing happened. They just dribbled it. It was awful. It was unholy. Nick Frank to the rack. He's fouled. Grabs his right ankle as he comes down, but Frank, 6'3" junior, will go to the line with 2 seconds on the clock to try to extend this lead back out to double digits.
And just milking the clock right here for St. James. And the drive as the lane opens up and he shoots the first free throw and misses. Does Frank.
You've seen a more efficient first quarter. St. James got 21 points on 60% shooting. 5 of those have been threes. Frank, though, can't hit the free throws. Nearly stolen away there at the end of the half by Maskus instead. It's going to be 21-12. St. James over Raytown as we head to halftime here. Brandon Weiss will try to talk to his troops. Things going offensively here. We're back with more the Hy-Vee Shootout. Michael Watson and Mick Schaefer back here with you at the Hy-Vee Shootout. Avila University, Raytown, and St. James in game 1 of 8 here on a Saturday. St. James leading this one 21-12. Mike, what'd you see from the Thunder in the first half?
Efficiency from St. James and sticking to their keys of the game. No paint touches for Raytown, doing a great job of triple teaming even down low against Jalen Gill. But highlights from the first half, we'll start with St. James and their outside shooting. Started with Bob Ingen, the first 2 knocking them down for St. James. We're right back as the junior for Raytown. Dunley with the 3. And the only bucket so far for the sophomore Gill. Ingen and Huppy chipping in. The first 5 shots made for St. James were 3-pointers. And Sublette comes back with the runner for Raytown, trying to keep it in. But the defense we saw at the end second quarter for St. James, full court pressure really bothered Raytown, the young Raytown team, and the phenomenal freshman right there, McCullough. Great move up and under to give St. James a 21-12 lead.
For St. James, the leading scorers are Tom Huppy and Bob Ingen, both with 6, both hitting 2 threes. For Raytown, you have 2 guys with 3 points, Bobby Bradley and Curtis Dunnell. Certainly not the way Brandon Weiss wants to draw things up for Raytown. He can get things going offensively. Again, we mentioned they played at Blue Springs last night. They lost in that game. And now they had to turn around a little over 12 hours later, probably right at about 12 hours from the end of that game to the start of this game, and play in the Hy-Vee Shootout. But as Mike mentioned, they're kids. They're young. They're resilient.
That's right, man. No excuses, play like champions. Rule 74.
It's Rule 74?
Rule 74.
What's Rule 73?
Really, no excuses. Play like warriors.
You know Rule 75?
Eat Krispy Kreme donuts before the game.
You snuck down an entire box of Krispy Kremes. There are multiple signs up there. I would venture 4 to 5 signs up there in big, black, bold ink that say, no food or drink outside of the hospitality room, yet somehow you get like an RC down here and then 12 Krispy Kremes.
I did not
really
see those. I didn't see those signs at all.
Pop those up there.
I didn't see those signs at all. Krispy Kreme, one of our sponsors. of the Ivy shootout.
They are now.
They are now. But we're back to the action, Mick.
Sure we are. St. James with the ball now, being patient as they were in the first half. Very efficient first half. Take a look at some of the numbers here. Great shooting by St. James so far.
Oh, good block by Gill.
The ball is rejected. 62% shooting from the field for St. James. They were 71% from the three-point line, 0% from the free throw line. Missed their only 2 free throws.
Bet your coach really lit into him about those 2 missed free throws.
Sure he did. There's Raytown looking for the first points of the second half. Jalen Gill tried to tip that in, and in doing so, I believe he went over the back of Jake Whitman. A couple 6'6" bodies going at it down there.
And Raytown staying with the 2-3 zone against St. James. St. James doing a great job of being patient, whipping the ball around, going the inside out.
There's Huppy. Can he hit a third 3? Off the mark. We were talking with his brother at halftime, Mark Huppy. Said he made his first 3 of the year, missed his next 17, and then the 2 he hit in the first half broke that schneid.
Man, I know he did not hear it as ball stay with Raytown.
Huppy's got short memories though, don't they?
Oh, good. You have to have short memories to live in that household. You have to.
21-12 here, third quarter, under 6 to go. This is the first game of 8. Our next game, as the teams have arrived, they warmed up at halftime. Ruskin and St. Thomas Aquinas. Brandon Sublette up out top. Still looking to get things going. He averaged about 8 points per game. First-year starter at point guard.
And Raytown really trying to get down low to Gill. And St. James doing a great job of double teaming him every time he touches the ball.
Every time he gets it. Wilmore, too strong. Gill, 3 tries at it, no go. Out of bounds, Raytown's gonna get another shot. St. James been so good all game long at so many areas of the game, except for on the boards, on the defensive end. That's where Raytown has gotten multiple second and third opportunities, and here we go with pretty much a 4th opportunity. Gill, soft, baby hook will fall.
Nice over the shoulder right there from Gill. See if Raytown can get him going.
St. James on the season 2-3. Already played 5 games. Played the Shawnee Mission East tournament.
And that time he had Gill call for the foul. It looked like St. James was going for the alley-oop. I don't know. But Gill called for the foul. St. James having another basket.
Thunder have already played some pretty good teams so far this season. Took on Ottawa, we'll see them in the Hy-Vee shootout. Took on Center, we've already seen the Yellow Jackets. A couple tries there from Bob Ingen won't go. However, a foul underneath on Gill.
I didn't see that foul, Mick. It looked like he had his hand straight up to me. You know, me and the refs haven't been best friends.
Never have.
No, for the last 25 years.
Which is odd because you got like every call in college. I remember. You get a guy up in the air, you like jump into him, and blow the whistle.
That was Kobe, man. That's what Kobe did. That's what I was doing. Right here, you see the rebound from Engen.
Ooh.
I didn't see the foul on that one.
Yeah. Good call on that. I'll have to agree with you. Engen makes 1 of 2. He's got 7. It's 22-14. St. James, 22-16 make it. Nice move to the rack by Curtis Dunnell.
And that's how you break the pressure. Just go full court and lay it up. What's the game plan, Coach? Go score it.
McCullough gets it after it was nearly thrown away. Good look.
Wow.
Ingen, how's that not? How's that not a goaltend? It hit the backboard, I'm pretty sure, before Gill swatted away. Granted, he got up there high, but that thing was on its way down. It hit the backboard, yet no call.
And they just missed the backcourt.
Yeah, actually, that was a good no call there. You got to have all 3 points across. Gill just had his right foot across, brought it back, so he technically wasn't into the front court yet.
Look at Mick been studying the Missouri State High School Association.
Those are regular basketball rules right there.
I think it's different in Canada.
Is it?
I think so.
The court's longer in Canada, too.
Yep. You're looking to get the ball inside to Gill, trying to get him straight across, but he looked like he's tired, getting banged around down low a little bit.
Here's Gill inside, up over the double team that crawls across the rim. No go. Here comes Tom Huppy, pushing it real good. Here we go with Bob Ingen. Rebound, St. James. McCullough.
McCullough with the miss, trying to follow up. Gill doing a great job of standing in low, and real slow
We're going
game.
to get another screen foul. This one's going to be on Devin Wilmore, trying to set the pick up top, and that's going to be a turnover on the Blue Jays. The fifth team foul on the Blue Jays this half. 0 on the Thunder so far.
There to drive a coach crazy. All you have to do is stand still. Try to lean in to get your guy a little bit more open and get called for the foul.
Seen both these teams flip-flop back and forth between zone looks and man-to-man. Raytown back to the zone. That's knocked out of bounds by Wilmore. Evan Kaysen back into the game.
Looks like St. James has kind of cooled off, only shooting 42% from the field.
Unbelievable. Unacceptable.
Can't believe it.
St. James, they've had 5 games. They've had 4 different leading scorers. Tonight it's been, I guess this morning, it's been Huppy and Ingen leading the way so far. Good ball movement here. Quickly out top to Nick Frank off the mark. Rebound, fought for. Frank gets it back. Ben Maskus, and one. Maskus gets the hoop and the harm.
Maskus just being tough down low. Real tough game for St. James. Taking the contact from the beast.
And we're seeing St. James hit the offensive boards. Nice save there by Clay McCullough. Good basketball instincts there. Just tap it back to his teammate as he's flying out of bounds. Maskus can't hit the free throw. That ball is blocked, but beforehand, you're going to have a blocking foul on Tom Huppy.
Great job that time by Curtis Dunnell. Pushing the ball up court, creating the contact almost like a running back. And that'll be on Huppy, his second.
Dunnell, top of the key. Rebound, Gill.
Good
nice
pass.
Look inside. Thought for a moment there he's going to get caught up in the air. Instead, he found his teammate, Denzel Crawley. And it's a 6-point game.
I've always wondered if anyone named Denzel was named after Denzel Washington.
At this point, he probably could.
Yeah,
you know?
I think so.
He was a senior, so he's 17, 18 years old. What does that make him? Born like 95, 94, which is crazy. Denzel was on his way to his peak at that point.
Yeah, he was. Denzel's still the man.
Cross-court pass, it goes to Dylan McKee. Out of control shot. Get another shot for it. Shot at it though. We'll say James. Dylan McKee, Colin McKee, little brother, is on the team. St. James, though, I believe, has only played 8 players. Stan Dunn might be settling into his rotation a little bit more now. 6 games into the season.
because they have 16 players on the bench.
Well, you're impressed with the Raytown cheerleaders.
I am.
So there's like 17 of them here.
Cheerleaders.
I think there are.
I don't know if we can get a shot of them down there, but it's 17.
Huppy for 3.
There it
Huppy breaking that 0 for 17 in style.
And you know he heard it every day from Mark Huppy.
Both marks.
Oh, my goodness.
So 3 threes for Huppy. He's got 9. Sublette broke that timeline at the midnight hour, only to throw it away. Stan Dom's going to get Blake Mayfield into the game. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a 9-point game. Tell you what, St. James, they haven't applied it all game long, but when they have, that press has been effective.
Sublette did a great job of breaking the press that time. Kind of too hard on the pass right there. Might just want to bounce pass, drop that off. Would have been an easy finish for his teammate.
All right, here we go with Mayfield and Huppy out top. Maskus now with it. Huppy in the corner for a 4-3. Gill with it. 5 on the clock. Can Raytown get something out of this? Here's Bradley with 1. Not going to get a shot off. 27-18 is our score as we head to the fourth, thanks in large part to three-point shooting, and thanks in large part to Tom Huppy, who's hit 3 of those 3-pointers. 27-18, St. James leads it by 9 at the Hy-Vee shootout. The scores by quarter, St. James Academy hasn't lost a quarter so far. There's 12 points scored in that third, 27-18. If we're counting stuff, we have, what, 10 donuts left out of the 12.
Serious business right here.
10 and a half donuts left out of the 12.
10 and a half.
Yeah.
That's efficient right there.
I'm chewing if you want to take over. First part of the fourth quarter.
Scores by quarter, St. James 9-7 in the first quarter, really pulling away in the second quarter, 11-5. Even in the third quarter, 6-6, but 27-18 going into the fourth quarter, and Tom Huppy doing damage from the three-point land. And he has 9 points to lead all scorers.
Look at you. I could eat donuts the rest of the quarter.
You need some water.
I need a lot of things. It's my yearly December cold, December phlegm. Huppy with the near steal. Instead, he got Brandon Sublette on the arm. Three fouls on Huppy. Ooh, good look inside from Kaysen to Gill. Gill, a second shot at it. He's had some tough luck down there.
Tough luck, easy bunnies for him usually. We'll probably dunk him, but missing him that time. And my favorite player in the city's back in the game, Evan Kaysen.
There you go.
AKA the Beast, AKA Big Man.
A lot of AKAs there, huh?
Just AKA. Fill in the blank.
Just call him AKA the rest of the game. Back to the zone goes Raytown. Mayfield spotting up.
I think the window opened up on that one because he whiffed it.
Draft came in.
Yep.
AKA with it. Bounce pass. Stolen away.
That wasn't his fault.
Also known as forcing the pass.
Ooh.
Frank spinning. Getting a block by Gill. He's been a difference maker down there defensively for Raytown.
And that's what he'll do. Change the game on the defensive end right there. You see, running the floor and getting the block for Raytown. Let's see if Raytown can get something going on the offensive end.
Sublette. Crawley knocked away. Gill saves it momentarily here. Another missed 3 by Raytown. In the first half, they were just 16%. And that's gotten worse, I think, here in the second half from three-point range. Timeout on the floor. St. James called it. Stan Dom wants to talk to his squad. 6:20 left in the game. It's been a typical 9 o'clock start type feel to this game. Not a lot of points. Some sluggish play at times. Seems like there's been a rim on the basket. Excuse me, a lid on the basket. Not a rim. Here's our next game. Ruskin, St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas Aquinas, coached by Sean Riley. Ruskin by Jerry Marlin. Jerry Marlin's closing in on 500 wins.
I have 500 wins too.
Oh yeah?
Nick, on Contra.
I was gonna ask in what Xbox game? Raytown owning the boards, similar numbers to the score right now. But St. James, we've talked about all game long, they've been efficient, hitting the threes, waiting for good shots.
And if you're Raytown, I think they've been most effective when they've gotten a chance to push the ball up the court. Curtis Dundle doing a great job of doing that. It's when they have to go into that half-court set against a stingy St. James defense. And St. James is kind of going into the delay. The old circle offense.
There we go. Waiting for some sort of look. Huppy's got it at the elbow. Back out to Blake Mayfield. Mayfield's a senior, averages 7 points per game. Back door they go to Huppy. Much of a chance there against Gill. Here's Sublette. Foul. Can't get the bucket to go, but I think we're going to have, 2 free throws here for Brandon Sublette.
And that's what they need to do. They're only down by 9, so still a lot of time remaining for them to make a run and make a game of it. One way to do that is get to the line, stop the clock, and knock down your free throws.
Jake Whitman, 6'6" senior into the game for St. James.
In and
1
out
for
that
2
time.
for Sublette. 27-19. Clay McCullough cross-courting it to Dylan McKee. Quickly back to Tom Huppy. McCullough too strong on that floater. They're going to get Whitman on the foul, knocking Crawley to the ground. And back it goes to Raytown.
Jake Whitman, the 6'6" senior from St. James. He's just alone down there. St. James pick up full court.
Yeah, here's the press again from St. James. It's been effective so far. Once again, a trap here in the backcourt. And timeout, a great timeout called there by Brandon Weiss, as that was going to be a turnover either on the pass there or on a 10-second violation. So he's got to figure out press break here. These final 5 minutes might be key to getting back in this game. Only an 8-point lead right now for St. James, but it's been low scoring throughout. The feeling that 30 points might win this game.
The first to 30. The race to 30. One of those ways to break the press for Raytown is to actually not leave your point guard with the basketball. I think you need to put AKA back in the game. He's done a great job of bringing the ball up, being a floor general for Raytown. But St. James is sticking with their game plan. One of the keys to the game was to keep their touches out of the paint, and they've done a great job, and they've hit their open looks.
Raytown back at it, trying to break this press. Dunnell back into the game, tries to split the double team, can't do it. Huppy up ahead to Frank. Frank, layup, good. St. James back on top by 10. Nick Frank, the junior. That one again on the floor. Great job by the officials there to jump in, make sure no more WWE stuff happen. That's going to be another turnover as the arrow points toward St. James, as you saw the steal right here from Huppy, quickly up ahead to Frank. And then this previous time, off the shoe of Huppy, Sublette jumped on the ground. Huppy jumped on Sublette, went back to the Thunder. Big big possessions right there for St. James to get those steals.
Okay, finally we got AKA back in the game. I think the tide's going to turn for Raytown.
Has to.
See that deep, look at that. See that turnover almost.
No, it was kickball. Nick Frank tried to get it into Jake Whitman. Tough bounce pass though, it was kicked.
But the stifling defense from AKA, Evan Kaysen, almost caused the turnover.
Good Maskus into the game for Clay McCullough. McKee, a lot of contact there, no whistle though.
Let him play. Kaysen trying to make something happen off the screen.
Oh, crossing over. Lefty jump shot, well short. Whitman has it.
Wasn't his fault he missed. The ball's fault.
See, St. James, every possession takes so much time off the clock, be so patient, so well coached. Uppy kicking it back out. 3-ball, Maskus, good.
Knocks it down.
Exactly the shot they were looking for. And it's gone all game long. More times than not, that 3-ball has fallen for St. James.
Big 3 right there for St. James to open the lead up to 13. Really kind of take the wind out of the sails of Raytown team.
Yep. See if they can battle back. Wilmore, short again.
And with Gill out the game for Raytown, Sublette, see if he can look to take over for Raytown.
They've struggled to get good looks all game long. And here's another steal. That's Nick Frank. Fouled by Sublette. After Frank picked his pocket.
See, that'll make him mad right there.
Yeah.
It's just you and him out there. You gonna take something from me in front of my family?
Yeah.
On TV?
That's, at the very least, that's going to be a foul. 9 times out of 10 coming back.
Oh, yeah.
You have to earn those points after you pick my pocket.
That's the most hustle you do in a game. you get the ball stolen. Your 4-5 speed back to the end.
Frank hits both. Dunnell trying to break the double team, trying to break the press. Can't do it. Another turnover on Raytown.
Dunnell trying to do it himself right there. Same result with the turnover. So the experience of St. James and the inexperience of Raytown really being a factor here on this early morning.
Tom Huppy getting his defender to fly by. Quickly back out to Maskus, who tries baseline. Whitman fouled. The ball movement all game long from St. James. It's been terrific.
And that's an effective way to get what you want against the zone, is to make it shift, make the players have to go side to side. And St. James all night long playing hot potato with the basketball, keeping it moving and getting the looks that they will like.
Devin Wilmore has 4 fouls. Checking into the game for Raytown for the first time today is Wayne Lewis. This is a 1-and-1 here for Whitman. Said he was on the ground, however, we're in the bonus already. 7 fouls on Raytown.
Back in the lineup for the Thunder, number 41, Clay McCullough.
St. James not letting up.
Nope, they're keeping the press on, and why not? It's been so effective. It's turned a game that was 8 points and still in doubt into what's now a 15-point lead with 2 minutes and change left on the clock. Bradley into the paint. Kaysen stepping back. Short again. We've seen that a lot from the Blue Jays today. A lot of their jump shots have been short, and you have to wonder, okay, is the fatigue catching up to them? They just played about 12 hours ago. Again, on the road, not even at home. They had to go to Blue Springs.
And that's a drive in itself. That's like going to Newton, Kansas. Almost. or wherever Mick's from.
Not from Newton.
Ooh.
Caldwell, Kansas, near Medicine Lodge. We played Medicine Lodge. Played Stan Dom in high school.
Oh, Medicine Lodge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember now.
Do you?
Yeah, nuh-uh. Yeah,
Dom was a freshman when we played him. I was a junior. His dad is the head coach at Medicine Lodge.
So was he on varsity?
Oh, yeah, he was a starting point guard. He was good.
As a freshman?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think they were a 3A school.
Is that even allowed in the state of Kansas?
What's that?
3A? Because everything is big, like it's 5A and up, right?
No.
We really only got one city in the state of Kansas anyway.
Pretty much. Two, KCK and Wichita. That's about it.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to say Wichita. I was gonna say.
There's a heck of a lot more 1A teams than there are 5 and 6A teams combined. Dylan McKee got caught reaching in.
St. James not letting up. You know they're up by 15 right now. Keeping the pressure on Raytown, as they've been doing all game long.
Gill, triple team. Nearly turn it over again. Sublette trying to do something with it here. That's something.
There it is.
That qualifies, right?
Turn nothing into something right there.
Probably haven't seen more of a full court effort defensively from Raytown in this game. Really haven't gone to the press at all. Foul, Kaysen up top. Be a 1-on-1 for Tom Huppy. 1:23 left in the game.
It's been that kind of night for Raytown. Not really getting a lot of things to go, but right there, Sublette getting the miracle shot to go in this morning, the morning miracle.
Is that what we're calling it?
Morning miracle right there.
Just a testament, really, of the types of shots Raytown's had to settle for and what St. James has created for themselves and their looks. It's been night and day.
St. James led by that man right there.
Double figures there for Tom Huppy.
Double figures. He tripled his average so far.
This might be a 5th leading scorer for them in 6 games.
Pretty sure if he was over 17, as his brother pointed out to
You don't
us.
think he's led the team in scoring in any of those games?
I don't think so. Maybe in practice. Mark Huppy was big on winning practice games when we played at UMKC.
Amini's is a proud supporter of the 18th annual Hy-Vee Shootout. Check out the free-to-play Amini's Arcade at the Hy-Vee Shootout and get the Amini's advantage with 105% 30-day price match guarantees and lifetime labor warranties. Amini's, the home of the Copper Dome. We got some pinball here at the Hy-Vee Shootout. Pinball, some Pac-Man, some Galaga. You can go over there, play for free. Got here yesterday for all the girls' games. Got a couple hours before. Got some Pac-Man in, got some Galaga in, some pinball.
Man, take you back right there. Those are good days.
You don't need your Wii or your Kinect or anything, okay?
None of that stuff.
No. Just go to local 5 and dime. Go down to the convenience store, play some Galaga.
All day.
Waste about $8 of your parents' money. 4 hours of your own time.
That's when kids actually went outside, though.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore.
Like, as soon as the sun came up, it was like your job to go outside and stay gone until the sun went down.
Kids don't get bored anymore. That's the problem.
They don't leave the house.
Too much stimulus out there. All right, we got to get back on point here. Sounding old here in the final moments of this first game. Brandon Sublette trying to make it 2 straight. Can't do it again. Short on that effort. Minute left to go. 36-21. St. James is going to improve their record to 500, 3-3 on the season. Raytown will drop to 1-6 on the year. They've had some close games, though. Lost by 2 to Ray Peck. Lost by 3 to Ruskin, the team we're going to see after this game, taking on St. Thomas Aquinas. Fell last night to Blue Springs. Their win is over North Kansas City.
And that'll happen sometimes. Sophomores and juniors really leading the way going to lose a lot of close games. So you figure out how to win. What a coach used to say, figure out a way to win. And they'll do that. Sophomores Sublette and Gill, they'll only get better. Coach Wise will work with those guys. You got AK out there.
AK's out there.
I mean, I feel like you got a chance anytime he's on the floor.
I bet the Thunder's going to be content on just dribbling this out, running the clock out.
Never liked
They're experts at it.
Never liked running the clock out, Mick. I feel like you're out there to shoot the ball. If time's on the clock.
You know, it's high school basketball. There's only 8 minutes per quarter. There's only so much time out there. It's precious. Get some shots up. I'm with you. Foul on Sublette. That'll be the double bonus now for St. James. That was really 1 second on the clock.
That's when you get that stare from your coach. He doesn't even say anything. He just stares at you. Really?
The whole crowd staring at you. Stan Dom slept fine with his players. Brandon Weiss.
There's a stare.
4 years at Raytown. Dylan McKee gets to add to his day. He's the leading scorer on this team, about 10 points per game. He's 4 today, though. Had 17 against Shawnee Mission North. Final score is going to be, oh, that was close, 38-21. St. James gets the win in the early morning game over Raytown. Another notch for Kansas. We're back to wrap things up after this on Time Warner Cable, Metro Sports. Tom Huppy hit a few threes for St. James. They got balanced scoring throughout, and they got the victory 38-21 here against Raytown. Ivy shootout. Nick Schaefer, Michael Watson, the Krispy Kremes are there as well. But St. James, it's a pretty efficient, well-coached, disciplined game for kids playing at 9 a.m. on a Saturday.
Pretty efficient, staying with their game plan, coming out with the win.
St. Thomas Aquinas and Ruskin are on the court now. They're our next game at the 18th annual Ivy Shootout. Stay with us right here on Time Warner Cable, Metro Sports.